Most people hear the phrase, become childlike before God, and they get the wrong idea. They think it means, don't question anything, or be innocent in a naïve way, or stop thinking and just believe. But that's not what it means. Being childlike before God doesn't mean becoming childish. It means becoming real. Because let's be honest, as adults, we get very good at hiding. We hide our fear, we hide our confusion, we hide our need. And sometimes we even bring that same hiding into prayer. We sit before God and still try to sound impressive. We try to say the right words. We try to feel the right feelings. We try to appear peaceful, even when we're not. But a child doesn't do that. A child doesn't run to its mother and say, I have prepared a formal statement about my suffering. A child just cries. A child reaches. A child says, I need you. And that's the part we've forgotten. We think we have to fix ourselves before we come to God. But the childlike heart says, I'm coming because I can't fix myself alone. That's a completely different kind of spirituality. Sri Ramakrishna understood this deeply. When he spoke of God, he wasn't talking about some distant idea in the sky. For him, the divine was alive, near, personal. He approached the Divine Mother like a child approaches its mother, not with pride, not with performance, not with intellectual display, but with longing. And that word matters, longing, because a child crying for its mother is not trying to look dignified. It is not managing its image. It is not wondering, do I look spiritual enough right now? It wants one thing, presence. That is what childlike devotion means. It means wanting God more than wanting to look holy. And that's uncomfortable for adults, because adults like control. We like to manage how we appear. Even spiritually, we want to seem calm, wise, balanced, detached. But sometimes the most honest prayer is not calm at all. Sometimes the truest prayer is, God, I'm tired, or I don't know what I'm doing, or I feel far from you, or please don't let me forget you. That may not sound grand, but it is real. And real prayer goes deeper than polished prayer, because God does not need your performance. God wants your heart. So if you want to become childlike before God, start there. Stop editing your prayer. Stop trying to make it sound beautiful. Just tell the truth. If you're angry, say that. If you're afraid, say that. If you're restless, say that. If you don't feel devotion, say that too. That honesty is not a failure. It may be the doorway. Because a child does not hide its condition before the one it trusts. That is the key. Trust. Not the kind of trust that says, everything will happen exactly the way I want. That's not childlike. That's childish. Childish faith says, give me what I want. Childlike faith says, stay with me, whatever comes. There's a big difference. Childishness avoids responsibility. Childlikeness carries responsibility without losing trust. Childishness demands. Childlikeness surrenders. Childishness says, my plan must happen. Childlikeness says, even if I don't understand, don't let me lose you. That is not weakness. That is strength without ego. And maybe that's why this path is so hard. Because becoming childlike before God means giving up the need to be impressive. It means letting go of the spiritual mask. It means standing before the divine and saying, this is me. Not the version I show people. Not the version I pretend to be. Just me. And strangely, that is where real devotion begins. Not when we become perfect. Not when we become eloquent. Not when we finally understand everything. But when we become sincere. So tonight, try something simple. Before you sleep, don't make a long prayer. Don't try to sound elevated. Just sit quietly for a moment. Put one hand on your heart and say one true sentence to God. That's it. One sentence. Help me trust you. I miss you. I'm tired. Teach me to love you. Whatever is true. And then sit for a few breaths. No performance, no pressure, just presence. Because the child does not know many things, but the child knows how to run toward love. And maybe that is the wisdom we need most.